Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Yesterday we have learnt about the basics of sedimentation, what is meant by sedimentation tank, and some of the introductory part of module 3. I'll just run through the slides. Okay, sedimentation, types of sedimentation tanks and its arrangements, inlet and outlet arrangements, okay, and different types of weir arrangements, and the types of settling happening in the sedimentation tanks, okay, like discrete, flocculent, hindered, and compression or zone settling. Okay, so now let us talk about the theory of settling today. Okay, so this is basically a sedimentation tank representing the different cross sections of a tank. Here you can see the tank and its dimensions. Okay, so this B is the breadth of the tank, okay, and here L is the length of the tank and H is the height or depth of the tank. Okay, so accordingly the area of cross section of the tank is given by this B, that is width, into this height. Okay, similarly the area of settling is given by this B, width, into total length of the tank. Okay, see, like I told you, this length is an important function because it gives sufficient room for the settlement and the travel of the solid particles entering into the sedimentation tank here. Okay, similarly volume, as you know, since it is a rectangular tank, it is L into B into H or L into B into D. Okay, so this is the area of cross section and this is the area of the settlement. Please note that the difference between these two areas. Okay, so these things will be required when we solve the numerical problems on the sedimentation tank. Okay, now so this is what the different zones of a sedimentation tank. Okay, so it consists of basically 4 zones. That is, first one is inlet zone, B second one settling zone, C third one outlet zone, and last one sludge zone. Okay, so inlet zone is the one wherein the water is let into the sedimentation tank. So it can be done by various types of arrangement when the water enters into a sedimentation tank depending upon the type of the sedimentation tank. Okay, so the ultimate aim of the inlet zone is to reduce the velocity of the flow so that the water enters slowly into the sedimentation tank. Okay, so next comes the settling zone. Okay, so here this zone is meant for the settlement of the particles. Outlet zone, so this consists of an outlet weir or different kinds of arrangement to collect the water after settlement of the solids. Okay, and the last one is sludge zone. Usually it is provided at the bottom of the tank so that the water, the sludge which is collected at the bottom, can be separated out from the liquid. Okay, so I'll show you a small video description on this so that you'll have a detailed picture of all these zones. Okay, so this is an ideal rectangular basin representing the different zones. So this one is called as inlet zone, and this the area square, so this is called as settling zone, and this is called as outlet zone, preferably the weir type, and the bottom one zone is called as a settling zone. So here Vh is the horizontal velocity exerted on a particle and Vs is the settling velocity. Note that these terms are used when we solve a design problem. Okay, so under ideal settling basin, so we can see the different forces acting on a particle. That is, if you take a horizontal and vertical component of a particle, that is the flow velocity will be along the flow of the particle, and Vs is the settling velocity. So here the velocity of this settling velocity should be such that the particle when entering from this inlet zone to the outlet zone should be such that the particle should not pass without settling. Okay, so that is the our ultimate aim, so that we provide more length so that the particle can easily settle, and it should not escape from this outlet without getting settled. So that means this velocity should be always greater than this flow Vf, that is Vs should be always greater than this Vf. Okay, so please remember. So this is what we are talking about, that is Vf is the flow velocity and Vs is the terminal settling velocity. So that is what I was saying, that here the all particles with turning velocity greater than Vs are removed. That means this settling velocity should be more compared to the flow velocity. Okay. See, this is the settling arrangement for inlet zone which is made here. You can observe there is a chamfered weir which is provided. Okay, so the reason being for providing this chamfered zone is such that we should avoid the turbulence here, because if there is a turbulence there could be shock loading, and also there is be little room for settlement of the particles. Hence, to reduce the flow velocity, we have provided a chamfered kind of weir so that it reduces the velocity and water enters slowly into this settling zone. Okay, so this is inlet zone and this area is effective settling zone, and this is the outlet zone, and this is the sludge zone at the bottom. Okay, and this is the chamfered weir, and this is the full width weir wherein the treated water from the sedimentation tank will be overflown using this weir, that is water is taken out and sent for the next treatment unit, that is filtration. Okay, I hope you might have understood what is meant by the different zones in a sedimentation tank, that is inlet zone, settling zone, outlet zone and sludge zone, and its locations in a sedimentation basin. Okay, and there is one more term called as surface overflow rate. This is important in the design of sedimentation tank. It is given by the ratio of flow rate to the settling surface area. Okay, so flow rate is given by meter cube per second, that is discharge over a sedimentation tank, and settling surface area in terms of meter square. So surface overflow rate is given by this equation. Okay, so this is called as overflow rate or simply surface overflow rate. It is the ratio of flow rate over the surface area of the sedimentation tank. Okay, so this surface area differs accordingly. If it is a rectangular, then it is length into breadth. If it is a circular one, then it is pi d square by 4. Okay, so this changes, and this you will come to know when we understand, when we solve a simple problem on sedimentation tank. And also there are various terms associated with the sedimentation tank design, like settling velocity, terminal velocity, the detention time, then area of cross section, then area of settling, and we have seen that in the previous slides. And when we solve an example, and I'll tell you the different design criteria which is to be used, and based on that, if you solve the problem, you will understand these terms. Okay, and sedimentation is one of the important process in the treatment of water. Okay, and not only water, also in the treatment of wastewater. Okay, and related to the different zones of a treatment sedimentation tank. So here, as you can see, the different zones of the, so this is the inlet zone. Okay, so where water will enter with a low velocity. Okay, and this is the settling zone, like I told you, and ultimately this is the effluent zone. And as you can see, the particles when moving from the inlet to outlet, so they tend to settle at the bottom of the sedimentation tank, and this zone we call it as the sludge zone. Okay, so these are different zones in a sedimentation tank. Okay, I hope you got the different zones. And after the settlement of the sludge from the bottom with the help of a scraper mechanism, all the settled sludge is taken out of the sedimentation tank. Okay, so now let us analyze the sedimentation tank with different parts. Okay, so this is a circular sedimentation tank, and you can see the water entering into the influent zone into this central stilling well. Like what I told you, there could be some velocity reducing devices. So this is the inlet zone in a circular sedimentation tank, and from this the water is allowed to this settling zone. And so this is the effective settling zone. As you can see, there is a blank area here, that is a different, that is the outlet zone. So this is the settling zone. From the particles will be settled, and from the outlet zone, this is the effluent zone, the water will be taken out. Okay, I hope you got an idea of different types of zones in a sedimentation tank and the theory of sedimentation. Okay, similarly, so let us understand what is this sedimentation zone and all. Then in the next class we will talk about the different types of sedimentation tank and other related contents of the syllabus. Okay, see you in the next class.